You can't laugh. My hair is wet, and this is how I get volume. Okay? If you have super stray hair, you wouldn't get it. So you can't laugh. Promise you won't. Hey, hi, hello, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you are not. Today is yet another book club video. Macayla and I are almost done with the Wasp Factory, which is kind of crazy because I feel like we just started. But at the same time, like, I can't believe that we've been doing book club for almost a month and a half at this point. That's wild, because it just feels like I'm reading with my bestie. Because that's what I'm doing. And as you can see, I'm still in Montana, but I'm flying back to Oregon this weekend, so my backdrop will go back to normal as everybody knows it. And this is the only upload this week, but I have some ideas clicking around in my head for more than just book club videos. Like, as soon as I touch down in Oregon, I know I want to make another fan fiction video, and I plan to make a video about my experience seeing Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens, even though that was way back in June. I have to talk about it. But yeah, with that said, let's jump into the video.
What color are your fucking eyes?
I'm going to make this work. Welcome to week 2. It is November 4th, like 11:30 p.m. Today is the day that Macayla and I are supposed to call and discuss, and guess who hasn't started reading? This gal. Also, new setting drop. I'm in Montana visiting my boyfriend, and so I'm in his bathroom filming this. The point is, I'm not excited to do this reading. Macayla wasn't excited to do this reading, and she seems pretty disappointed by what she did read, which doesn't get me very excited. Like I said, it's 11:30. I have 2 chapters to read, which is roughly 40 pages. I will update you guys on how long this reading is going to take me. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I just finished chapter 3, and it is 12:08 p.m., so that almost took me 40 minutes. And it was just a lot of, like, details, but, like, not the important kind. Like, there's this part in the very beginning where Frank is getting ready for the day, and there's just details on details on details of how he brushed his teeth and then shaved and then showered and then, like, changed his clothes. And I'm like, why is this necessary? Why is this important? I'm gonna take a break before I start chapter 4 because I was starting to get sleepy. But Macayla says that chapter 4 is more important, so hopefully, like, more stuff happens. It is 12:51. I'm gonna dive back in because if the time for me to finish each chapter is still roughly 40 minutes, I'll be done at like 1:35. My Kindle's at 24%. So we'll see if I can finish it before it dies. Okay. It's only been 10 minutes. I've read maybe 7 or 8 pages, but I'm taking another break to go play ping pong with my boyfriend. I think I'll definitely lose, but we don't know that yet. Okay, I just finished, and taking out the time where I went to play ping pong, it did take me about 40 minutes, so I think that's just the average time it's taken me to read each chapter, which is like 2 minutes per page. And normally I'm like kind of a fast reader, but not with this book. No ma'am. I don't really know how to feel. I think reading chapters 3 and 4 was honestly a bit easier for me than chapters 1 and 2. I feel like I'm starting to maybe understand Frank just a little bit better, but not really at all. He's a little freak. Frank is a freak. If you've ever read this book, you'll agree with me. It's 2 o'clock. I'll be calling with Macayla in like 4.5 hours, so I'll see you guys then. I bet you were expecting me and Macayla. Like I was too. Me too. So I did film all of the FaceTime footage for week 2. And this is how Macayla sounds in it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I understand what the issue was, but I lost 56 minutes of footage, leaving you guys without a clue of what happened in chapters 3 and 4. So I thought I would do the speediest recap ever for you guys before we jump into week 3. Because I figured it's only fair that week 2 and 3 are combined, since there's like nothing of substance in week 2. So, here we go. Chapter 3 is called The Bunker. It opens with a paragraph about how Frank hates women and the sea. Neither can be trusted. In this chapter, all that really happens is that we get to see the bunker. And inside the bunker is Frank's altar. It's where he goes to ask the factory things. And if Macayla and I are interpreting this right, it's like he has a little shelf area. There's candles everywhere. And like bones of animals, but smack in the middle is the skull of his dead dog. And inside that skull, another candle. He sacrifices a wasp. And then he like lights it on fire and he looks at it. He stares into the flame. Then he closes his eyes. And you know when you close your eyes after looking at the light and you see all those tingles? Yeah, that's what he's doing. He does that and then he also looks into the smoke and somehow that tells him things. It's how he's getting all of his weird predictions. I don't know why that makes sense. And then after the altar scene, he goes into town. He gets another slingshot. He gets some more ammo. And we find out that he's been having to tell everybody in town that his father's actually his uncle, because remember, Frank is undocumented. He doesn't exist. If you look at the government and all of his documents, they're not there. He doesn't exist. And then the last important thing from chapter 3 is we find out Frank has the entire island, the entire land, booby-trapped. He calls it the cash system. There's stones and bolts and lead fishing weights and boxes and bombs. He has it set up. So if someone tries to come into the land who's not supposed to be there, they'll either die or get seriously injured. Thanks, Frank. Oh, and he gets another call from Eric. It's just as weird. It makes no sense whatsoever, but Eric is still on the loose. There's really 2 things that happen in chapter 4, which is called the bomb circle. Number 1, we get the flashback of Paul's death. Paul is Frank's younger brother. There's this really, really, really long sequence of Frank going to the bar with his friend Jamie. Frank takes Paul onto the beach, and there's this big bomb, probably washed up from the war, that has not detonated. And he's like, Paul, do you know what would be so fun? If you hit this with a stick. And he did. And he did. Oh, and this is also the chapter where we find out that Frank's parents' names are Angus and Agnes. Angus and Agnes? They sound like they're twins. I'm sorry. There's not a lot of whole important stuff that happens at the bar, but Frank tells Jamie that Eric escaped. And then Jamie meets a girl and they chat it up, and Frank's like, ew, women. I hate women. And then Frank gets plastered drunk, where he almost pisses himself and he almost throws up everywhere, but he makes it to an alley. And then that's kind of the end. That was week 2 reading. And
that's what you missed on Glee.
Welcome to week 3. Why are you greasy? Are you greasy? Am I greasy? Is it me? Guys, I'm breaking out so bad and I don't even know why. Because I'm not on my period. and I'm not supposed to be for another while. Welcome to week 3. Macayla and I are setting out to read chapters 5, 6, and 7.
Joke's on you guys. We actually read chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8 because the book is low-key starting to get good, which surprised both of us, and we were like, hey, so what if we read another chapter? And then we did.
And then next week, we have this big leap of faith in ourselves that we will be finishing the Wasp Factory. I actually got some good news last night. Macayla said she did the reading. She always does it first, it doesn't surprise me. And she says that chapter 5 is a little info dumpy, but chapter 6 and 7 were surprisingly really good. She even said that chapter 6 was the best chapter yet, like her favorite. And she's excited for me to read it. It is November 7th at like 1:15 p.m. And I'm still in my pajamas. Sue me. Don't though, because I have no money. I think I'm gonna do some reading, but I think I might do some reading on the treadmill, which I haven't done before. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Do my walking for the day and do my reading. So yeah. Okay, first step is to get rid of Winnie the Pooh. Beautiful. Okay, I underprepared when I was coming here to visit my boyfriend. So the only things I have like workout wise is this tank top, these leggings. I wore these yesterday on the treadmill. Should I have washed them yesterday? Why, yes. Did I? No, of course not. So I'm gonna get dressed. You know, I might be breaking out major, and my hair doesn't look good, but body kinda tea though. Okay, treadmill acquired, Kindle ready. This is what I'm drinking. It's a sparkling water with 30 grams of protein. My boyfriend's mom bought like a big pack of them, and then she realized she didn't like them. Okay, I just finished chapter 5, which was interesting, to say the least. It was info dumpy, like Max said, but not in the way I was expecting. Like, we did get some good intel, and the conversations between Frank and Eric just keep getting weirder and weirder. So, I don't really know what to expect. Let's see, how long did that take me? 22 minutes. Guys, I'm getting faster. I am going to finish walking, but probably take a break from reading for now. I just finished my walk and I'm stretching my legs out, but during the last 10 minutes of me walking, I was texting Macayla. I was like, hey, just finished chapter 5, because I sent her little updates like that. And then we got to talking about theories, because we've hit 50% of the book now that chapter 5 is over. And I was telling her about this trigger warning that I had accidentally stumbled upon, which is like good for trigger warnings, but at this point in the book, a major spoiler, because we had not come across anything like this. We got to theorizing, and I haven't read chapter 6 or 7 yet, but this is what she's been saying. She clearly has thought about something, and she can't tell me yet, because I'm not done. But chapter 6 and 7 combined, I think, is only 15 pages maybe. They're not long, so very soon here, we'll be able to chat about that theory. Okay, I am all snug as a bug in a rug right now, and I'm jumping back into reading. I'm officially done with this week's reading. Chapter 6 definitely did not disappoint. Did not see any of it coming. Not at all. Chapter 7 was okay. Just okay. But yeah, I enjoyed this week's reading. It wasn't that bad. It didn't take that long. It wasn't boring. And that's all a lady can ask for. Oh. The sun's already gone down. What time is it? It's 5:06. Anyways, I need to read chapter 8 because Macayla and I both agreed we're going to read chapter 8 as a little treat because the book's low-key getting good. I have not read it yet. I'm about to jump on it right now because T-minus an hour and a half until Macayla and I call. I'm gonna do that, but you can't be mad at me because you want to know what I was spent the whole day doing? Coding my spacehey page. I guess you could say I'm emo. I'm a coder. I'm pretty good at copying and pasting. That's so fucking stupid. If you guys want to see it, I'll link it down below. Go like this. Okay, I'm watching the sound bar to see if it's working because I'm nervous about losing all this footage again.
I want you to randomly do the clip of you snapping just somewhere in the video.
It'll be the intro of us talking. We did 5 through 8, right?
I don't know, I was about to ask you that question.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because last week we only did 3 and 4.
Do you not look at my notes thing I made for us? Yeah, 4 through 9.
I actually recently did because I was updating it. I was fixing it.
Oh, you fixed it. Yeah, we started at 5 because chapter 4 is Paul's story.
Yeah.
Paul is the bomb circle. Chapter 5. Because I read that he killed Esmeralda because he thought he was doing womankind a justice.
Yeah, he was trying to even out his odds. He's like, I've killed 2 guys. I'll kill a girl.
Yeah, makes sense. Normal behavior. Not a lot happened in this chapter.
No, I mean, besides Esmeralda,
I mean, yeah, I highlighted, I had to do something, I could feel it in my guts and my bones. I had to, it was like an itch, something I had no way of resisting.
Ooh.
That's on 88.
88, because I'm on my phone at the moment.
I figured.
88, I highlighted some, like, similar in there, like, the same paragraph. I highlighted, I have to scuff the other foot as well, with as near as possible the same weight to feel good again, and I made a note. It says, OCD, I called it so long ago, man.
Yep.
In a way, he's, like, saying that he killed Esmeralda to, like, because he's already killed Blythe and Paul, 2 little boys, and, like, it felt right to kill a girl, but in a way, I feel like he was doing it to set his OCD right.
I think he was.
Because, like, to kill another boy, it'd be 3-0.
He kills her with the kite. That's very fucked up.
Yeah.
I think Blythe got off the best. Not really, but, you know, if I had to rank it, it'd be Paul, Esmeralda, then Blythe.
I think so. Because, okay, well, Blythe suffered because Venom takes a minute to kick in. Paul is the worst because it's so inhumane, but he probably died instantly.
And Esmeralda.
Esmeralda was probably so scared.
Yeah. And, like, no one knows actually ever, like, what happened to her either.
No, he's just, like, guessing she fell into the ocean.
Yeah. Or, like, washed up ashore. Like,
I highlighted on page 90 that she talked to flowers. And then on 91, I highlighted, I accepted the daisy she gave me graciously, and I put it in the buttonhole of my jacket's left breast pocket.
I hated that bit.
Yeah.
Because, like, it just showed how sweet she was.
And it also, I highlighted on also 91, I think, and it says, Esmeralda looked around one last time, giggling, and I laughed back. Then I let the lines go.
And that shows how evil he actually is.
I know, because it was, like, her last, like, moment. She was giggling and having fun with her older cousin, who's been spending so much time with her. The kicker
that was, like, the worst bit of it.
Yeah, the kicker of that whole, like, debacle of Esmeralda's death is the aftermath for me. Where he purposely sends himself into, like, a, like, coma-like state where he's giving himself panic attacks, night terrors, and, like, just shutting down because he wants to be believable. But then it's actually, like, taking a toll on his body. Hello? What are you talking about? Do you think it's because he was getting catered to so much?
I think it's because he was getting attention.
Because, like, police were in and out. He was getting questioned by the parents, by his dad.
His dad was talking to him.
His dad was actually talking to him and tucking him in and making sure he was doing okay. Like, I need you to give me my son.
Send Eric to school.
Yeah.
skip over?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. See, I don't
Why are
understand
we
that.
skipping the middle child?
I don't understand what happened. Okay, wait.
What's your thought? Is it the same thought? Are we having a brain connection right now?
Okay,
What's your
so
thought?
I know this is technically next chapter, but
Yeah.
Frank has his little accident when he's like 3 years old. 2
That's what I
more
was gonna
years he
fucking
would have
say.
been sent to school.
Mhm.
But he was decided not to be documented at birth.
But then why? I don't understand that. You register Eric.
Yep.
We don't do Frank.
But he registers Paul.
But we have to register Paul because Miss whatever forces Angus to do it. Because 2 unregistered children is too suspicious.
True.
I'm gonna use the term lightly. Hippie. I'm gonna use the term lightly. Hippie in like the 70s is very like government revolting.
It's very 70s, yeah.
And that's what his dad is.
Oh.
The next thing I highlighted isn't until page 98.
I don't know if I highlighted anything else in this freaking chapter. What did you highlight?
98 I highlighted, Dad said somebody did. Because Dad said someone called the house, but he didn't say who.
Yeah.
And I said, who is Eric lying? Did Eric actually talk to Dad, but Eric doesn't remember?
Mm-hmm.
And
every phone call with these two is like worse. I don't get it.
On 99, I highlighted he stood there silent and unmoving. Because Dad was just watching Frank on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I said he knows.
Probably. Well, okay, Frank was overselling it. Going like the whole, it's Jamie, Dad. Hi, Jamie. Like hello?
Also, Frank never talks like that.
No.
Come on. Frank, come on.
Oh, I guess I did highlight stuff. And this was like when we started getting in, when I was texting you about the stuff. I highlighted on 100 the, you love me, don't you, my sweet, as though your little heart was on fire for me. And I put a note that said, question mark? And then I also highlighted further down the page, you're burning up with love for me, aren't you, my little darling? And I put a note that says, I feel like I know what this is, and I'm sad.
See?
I didn't know he was talking to the dog, but to me, I wasn't getting any inkling, and I was like, is he talking to Frank?
See, you said that, and I had to go back and reread this chapter, because I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? I was like, did I miss something in the phone call? I was like, what the
I
fuck?
did not describe it to you over text very well.
No, you didn't. I was like, wait, what? I was like, can I really miss something like that?
But the only reason I made that connection was because I had read that trigger warning. So it was in my head, and I was like, what? But then I continued reading, and I was like, it's a dog.
Well, I read Eric mumbled far away, and I was like, oh, he's not holding the phone by him anymore. Like, he's walking away from the phone. Yeah. I thought maybe he had a kid with him at first, and I was like, I hope he doesn't have a kid with him.
Yeah, you see, I must have not connected the mumbled far away part.
It's okay.
I just instantly thought of the worst scenario ever. I was worried, man. I don't know how I feel about this phone call. Like, the more phone calls we get between Frank and Eric, the more I'm like, oh my god, like, I have no faith in humanity in Eric.
Me neither.
I started really, like, I started the book and I'm like, oh my god, like, he's misunderstood, he's, I don't know, and now I'm like,
psychotic?
So he's crazy. So
yes.
He's a little,
delusional. There has to be a reason that something that Old Sal did that makes Eric hate dogs so much. Because Old Sal was old as fuck.
Do you think he hates dogs because what Old Sal did to Frank?
He wasn't there when that happened.
But he heard about it.
He heard about it, but he wasn't there.
Well, sometimes kids don't need to see things to, like, develop a fear over it.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like, based off that we know about Eric, he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to understand something like that.
But the thing is...
He's also, 5 at the time when that happened to Frank?
Yeah.
A 5-year-old?
But he's been described by Frank as being bright and, like, generally, like, smart and doing well, and, like, he went to school and stuff. So I need to know what reset him mentally. Like, I need to know what happened.
6. Was that my favorite chapter?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Oh my god, this was my favorite chapter. The first thing I highlighted was on 105, and I highlighted Eric was away at the time staying with the Stoves in Belfast. And I said, why?
Yeah, okay.
Why is this kid never home?
I know. He was sent away to live with the Stoves for a weird amount of time to be living with your aunt and uncle.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, like, he gets sent to live in the mental hospital, which I'm still, like, stuck up on, like, because it says blatantly that Agnes is the reason that he was sent to the mental hospital. But Agnes has no reins over him. That's not his mother.
Oh. On 106. I suppose Agnes might have been too preoccupied. Heard frenzied barking and one high, awful scream.
Yep.
And then a mess between my legs. And I wrote, is this where everything started? What made Frank Frank?
That's what I highlighted those as
And I figured it out. As soon as it happened, I figured it out. I knew exactly what it was. 107. I highlighted. My father tried to stop her by standing in the way, so she ran him over and broke his leg quite badly on the path to the bridge. And I wrote, oh, in all caps with an exclamation mark.
Yeah. His lack of both leg use was because of his mother. It's because his mom ran him over with a motorbike.
He wasn't making it up. He wasn't doing like some weird metaphor thing, you know?
Yeah.
He was being so serious. Yeah, my mom did run over my dad with a car.
And then the next time she came home, she was pregnant with some other man's child.
Yeah. And then she stayed for 2 days and then ran me over with a car.
Milo's in here and he's giving me the weirdest looks.
You forgot that, our other son also got his dick bit off by a dog in the meantime while she was giving birth and then ran dad over with the car.
He didn't like that one. I highlighted on page 107 a few things. I highlighted Paul, of course, was Sao. The enemy must have been cunning enough to transfer to the boy. So I was like, oh, so he literally thinks that once Paul died, his evil 5-year-old soul transferred into the family dog.
Reincarnation at its finest.
And then I also highlighted, my father would have never let me start digging up our graveyard for family pets otherwise. So off they had to go. So I was like, so he was killing all of these baby animals from the pet store to bury them so he could eventually dig up the dog. Kind of smart. I hate to say it.
Very smart. Very messed up. Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was 7. Was it 7 that was my chapter? Because I don't think 6 was my favorite chapter.
You told me 6 was your favorite chapter.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Was I fucking drunk?
There's gonna be proof in the video. I have screenshots. Receipts.
Chapter 7.
Space Invaders.
I'm still mad at you. You've never done my sparkly thing.
Huh?
My woo.
I was gonna do that last episode, but I was talking over you and I couldn't sound clip it.
Okay, I'll do it for you right now.
Okay.
Woo!
I'll go back and edit that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh god. Okay, 7. I didn't highlight anything in the first 4 pages. Because I was like, okay, you're just killing baby animals for fun now.
Yeah.
For old Sal.
Page 111. This is just related to Jamie, but not in the way that he's sus. He's 23. And his best friend is a 16-year-old. I know this is like the 70s, but I just thought that was weird.
114. I highlighted improvements to the factory. And on 115, I highlighted it was my factory. I love finding out what the factory actually was.
That was pretty cool, I will say. What did I even highlight in this chapter? Anything? I highlighted on 117. We were brothers after all, even if only half so, and we were both men, even if I am only half so. Chapter 8.
This was a good chapter. I was highlighting and writing, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. And then I went back and I reread chapter 1, and I was like, I'm such a fucking idiot. I'll tell you why I think
that. You can't be an idiot if you didn't know what was happening.
No, I can be.
The skull of the snake, which killed Blythe, which I put a comment on before I finished reading the sentence. How the fuck did he find the right snake? I highlighted a fragment of the bomb, which had destroyed Paul, and a piece of tent fabric from the kite, which had elevated Esmeralda, and I put a note on that saying, he for real sees his kills as sacrifices, doesn't he?
Highlighted, the wasp can enter one of the 12 corridors through little wasp-sized doors if the factory so chooses. And I wrote, it's a giant trap mechanism.
Yeah. I highlighted on the page before that, it is all based around the face of an old clock, which used to hang over the door of the Royal Bank of Scotland. And I'm like, this thing is a clock?
In chapter 1, or chapter 2, if you go back and read, it talks about Frank having to repair the face in capital letters of the factory. That's why I'm mad.
Dude.
We theorized and theorized and theorized, and what did it turn out to be? A clock.
I know it's like a regular clock, because it says it was hanging above the door. Regular clock. But the whole time I was reading, I was like, grandfather clock. Big boy. That stands. That has the big old chime in the middle. I don't know.
You know what I pictured?
What?
It's even worse. I pictured like a big old 10-foot clock face sitting on the ground.
We said it was heavy.
He did say it was heavy. It's like a little opening in the middle for the wasp. And then each section, you know, obviously there's 12 spots on the clock. Each section's its own trap.
Yeah.
But I pictured it to be laying down on the ground, not standing up. Well, death has been by fire has always been 12, and I wrote why so much significance. And then N's never been replaced by one of the alternatives. Fire is Paul's death. Blythe's exit by venom is represented by spiders. Parlour at 4. Esmeralda probably died by drowning the gents, which is 8. And I think I know how this book is going to end. But the wasp crawl. Did it finally hit you?
No, but I'm jealous that you think you know and I have no fucking clue.
Do you want me to tell you what I think I know?
Okay. Obviously, big fire. He's been told big fire twice. And it somehow revolves around Eric. In my head, I'm like, okay, so what if the entire fucking house goes up in flames? Burning down the island, which has been Frank's only sanctuary. He likes the outside, he likes the island. That's all I fucking have.
Bear with me. Stay with me. 12.
12.
Is death by fire.
Yes.
He ties 12 to Paul's death.
Yes.
Paul's death was because he thought that old Saul was reincarnated into Paul. Frank got hurt, right? Dad went downstairs to find the dog. Heard mom scream. Dad killed dog. Paul's born. So he thinks it's like a reincarnation switch, right? Well, last time he talked to the Wasp Factory at the beginning of the book was 12 again. Fire. Death of the rabbits. Right? This time, he's asking about, he's getting a reading on what to do with Eric.
Burn him in the fire. In a house fire.
I don't know how he's gonna kill Eric. I haven't got that far yet. I haven't thought about that.
I just keep him
I
trying
know,
to make a house
I know
fire
he's gonna
happen.
kill Eric.
Yeah.
I'm 100% confident he's gonna kill Eric. If he doesn't kill Eric, I'm gonna be really shocked.
Macayla, it was just a phase.
Macayla was just a phase, but the Wasp Factory tells him everything Frank needs to do.
And the Wasp Factory just sent that Wasp 12 about Eric, and 12 is death by fire. You can see him slowly change his perspective about what he thinks of Eric. Did you notice that? On 127, end of 127, I highlighted Eric's brain was concentrated on his mission of returning and setting fire. And no normal brain, not even mine, which is far from normal and more powerful than most, could match the marshalling of forces. So he thinks what Eric's been doing and how Eric's been getting worse is not normal, and thus needs to be revoked and fixed.
He needs to atone for his sins.
In a weird, fucked up way, yeah.
I don't understand.
Me neither. On 128, too, it says, if it could not meet the challenge that Eric represented, then I deserve to be destroyed. So he's saying that if he can't get rid of Eric. So I think he's going to do something to Eric. And then on 130, I'm skipping ahead so much, but on 131, I highlighted, why are you accusing me of forgetting things? What are you accusing me of forgetting? What? I haven't forgotten anything. And I said, why has Eric escalated so much?
I know. I don't...
Like, the escalation has been so fast and so intense.
It always happens, too. Like, even if Frank tries his hardest not to make Eric upset, it always happens. But this time, Frank got upset. Like, really upset. And then, like, he noticeably calms down.
Oh, that was weird.
Because he goes, sure, Frank. sorry if I was rubbing you up the wrong way. And then, like, right as he goes to shout again, like, Frank goes, well, oh, well, just don't do that to me. Because he was clearly expecting the escalation to continue.
I wonder if Eric is bipolar or has like kind of like a multiple personality type thing. Because the way that he just snaps back and forth so fast is not really like normal. We have a chunk of 40 pages and then we do light reading and that's it.
Yeah.
That's crazy that 9 to 12 is only 40 pages. Remember how much we hated and we wanted to quit?
We wanted to DNF it, like, after chapter 3.
Yeah, I did. I was convinced this is the worst book I've read in my life.
But to be fair, it only started getting good, like, more than halfway through.
Yeah, it did.
Which sucks. Back already? Well, hey! Hey, cutie. Did you enjoy the video? Was it funny? Lie to me and say it was funny. Thank you. In all seriousness, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, there was definitely some technical difficulties. And it broke my heart, just like it did the first time I had technical difficulties with the Holly Jackson book. But we got her there. We figured out a solution. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys definitely again when Macayla and I finish the Wasp Factory. And there's a lot more content coming your guys' way. Shoutouts for this video go to Macayla, obviously. Always gotta shout her out. Whoever created Spacehey, which is like the modern day version of MySpace, I love you. I love you so much. I feel like we gotta shout out Ian Banks because we're literally reading his book and we're liking it now. So shout out to Mr. Banks. And last but not least, as you guys all know, shout out to Corpse Husband. But with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.
Drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination, and there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through?
Squirt! You scared me, buddy. Come here. This is Squirt. Oh, he doesn't want up right now. It's my boyfriend's cat. Really? You don't say. It all. You gonna come say hi? Squirt. Squirt. Buddy, look. He wants to go outside. He can't. He has